other link in so that I can see it too.
So you can show yourselves on there if you want. I have a client I've been working with for the last 10 days, week, 10 days. Do you know Leslie McDonald?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah?
I do. Yeah.
I'm helping her with her Woman of Vision marketing.
Okay.
So 8 o'clock, time to start. That's my alarm. Okay. So I noticed when I was in her LinkedIn that you were one of the people that she knew, and I went, because I saw Dan Ohler, I went, oh, I know that guy. Oh, yeah, and she remembered you and everything.
Wow. I didn't think I had that big of an effect on her.
I decided to log in too so that I could see.
Okay, no problem. So, good morning. I hope you've got yourselves a cup of something warm to drink and water to sip on, because we're going to go like crazy this morning. One of the things with the rule of 10 posts, this is what I teach, the rule of 10 posts. So you've got 10 posts. For every 10 posts that you put on LinkedIn or on Facebook or on Twitter or whatever, but one platform, so just on LinkedIn, we're just working with LinkedIn right now. 6 of them are reposts. They're things that other people have written or that you share on LinkedIn with your network. So that they would be great blogs that you've seen, great videos, like maybe a TED Talk that somebody posted, something that's generic enough that you think would apply to most people. And some of the talks I like to share are Simon Sinek's. See, Simon Sinek has some great talks out there. And then on the weekend, I might share a little bit of music from the Piano Guys. And they have wonderful videos that they've done. And so then after you've done your 6, so they can be a quote from Abraham Lincoln. And that's where Sprout Social comes in. So you can pre-schedule so that they can be going out while you're busy doing stuff throughout the day. And then 3 of those are blogs that you have written, things that you have written yourself. They're not pitches. They're educating and informing your audience. And 1 out of 10 posts is a pitch, inviting people to maybe a 30-minute consultation or a complimentary consultation, or to a workshop, or really where you're pitching your stuff. And one of the things we need to remember when we're writing a blog and educating and informing our audience, I like to use the example of the massage therapist. I have a daughter who's a massage therapist, and she used the weekend to get into businesses, and she would do chair massages when she first started massage. She is now so booked with massages, people have to book 2 to 3 months in advance to get in to see her. And she did it by going into businesses and using LinkedIn to go into businesses, and she took her little chair because it's easier to carry than her portable table. And she would do chair massages, and she started at $1 a minute for 15 minutes. And then if they wanted a full massage, they got charged the full whack when they went to get a massage at the clinic. But I use her as an example because when she wrote about her blogs, she would write about the different types of massage, and then at the end she would say, I happen to use whatever type of, I use my thumbs a lot. So if you have a client who's really looking for somebody who can really dig in with their thumbs, great. But she also uses the elbow, and so she explained about the different types of massage. And so when you're writing about your coaching, you want to explain about what the different types of coaching are, and answer questions that people would ask you if they were trying to go to sleep and couldn't go to sleep, and they're worrying about something at 2 o'clock in the morning. I always think, what's keeping my clients awake at 2 o'clock in the morning? So those are the 3 that you're going to be wanting to think about. Those 3 that are your own. I've got my own quote that I've done. My quote is, where there's a till, there's a will. Where there's a will, there's a way. Very simple, but there's no other tills that can say that. So if you've got a favorite quote that you have sort of put together yourselves, and that you can use that. The statistics also show that when you're posting on whatever platform you're posting on, here's the statistics for all the different social media. LinkedIn, you need to be posting anywhere from 3 to 5 times a day. Facebook, the same, 3 to 5 times to 8 times a day. Do a little bit more. Twitter is 3 to 15 times a day. And the same with Instagram. So the 4 platforms that we need to be on are LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And the statistics show that if you post once a week or once a month, the chances of people seeing us are next to none. They won't. And the reason for that is because those feeds now are so fast. They're moving so fast. So here's what I do with my blog that I write for myself. It takes a while to write a blog, but you only need 350 to 500 words. I was talking to Google last summer and asking them about their copy that their search engines are looking for. And they said it used to be that the search engines wanted 1,500 words for their copy or more. And now the search engines only want 250 to 500 words. They want short copy with lots of good, solid keywords in there. So think about what people are going to write or going to type in that search bar. What are they going to be searching for? So that could take you right back to their pain. What's their pain? What's their pain point? So if they don't know you, or maybe they've met you at a networking meeting briefly and they forget what your name is or lost your card and don't remember the name of your business, but they know what it is that you do and they're looking for that. What are they going to type in that bar, in that search bar? And you've done a very good job. I've noticed, I was looking through your profile this morning, Carol, and I saw that you have specialties listed at the bottom, and you've also added a bunch of videos, which is awesome. So people are going to be looking for those keywords, and then you've got a lot of keywords down in your endorsements, where people can, your skills and endorsements, and people can go into that area and endorse you. And I notice you've got 1 written recommendation. So that's a really good area to work with. One of the things I do, I've only ever asked for 1 recommendation. And when you're proactive and you go in, and so whoever you've worked with, and most of the people that we work with they've got other things that they do in life other than just be a husband and wife or a couple or a family. Once you get to know somebody or you've worked with them for a little bit, you can write 3 or 4 really glowing sentences about that person. And so I've always been proactive. I write, once I'm finished working with somebody, I always go and write them a recommendation. And then what happened over the years is I would write these recommendations and people would get them and accept them, and then they're thinking, oh, I could write one back. And so they just write them back. I don't ever ask for recommendations. I've only ever asked for 1. And that happened to be just on the spur of the moment. I walked into a networking meeting with Womanition, and there were some women talking, and one was, she happened to be talking about me as I walked into the room. She says, And you know, Christine did this for me, and she helped me with this and that. And I said, stuck my head in, and I said, would you like any recommendation for that? I said, sure. So anyway, that was the only one I've ever asked for. All the rest of them have come as a result of me being proactive. I'm just going to close my office door.
I'll turn your phone instead of mine.
That's why I was trying to get this thing set up.
There's noise in the background. I don't want it to carry on onto the recording. So start thinking of people that you've done business with that you can write some really glowing recommendations for. You can write it for your guy who changes your tires. You know, if you've got something really glowing you want to say, or the guy who changes your oil, or whoever you do business with, just think about that. So I've always been proactive with that. And then here is the biggest kept secret to LinkedIn, Facebook.
We're just making a change.
Okay, you're starting to echo now. So
Yeah, I know. We were just switching, so it's good.
Okay, good. Because one of you has to have your microphone turned off on your computer because we only have one.
It's off. Yeah, Dan's is off.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the groups is the biggest kept secret. So here's what I advise all my clients to do is to set up your own group on LinkedIn. It's very easy. You go, I'm going to share my desktop with you now. And I'm going to show you how to go in and set up your group. So if you go into your LinkedIn, see this little, I call it the sort of the crosshatch in the top right corner that says work.
Okay. Yeah.
You click on that. And then down here where you see all these different little icons, click on groups. And then you get in and it will show you all the groups that you are in. And then you can also see all the groups that you've requested to be in. So I've requested to join a bunch of these groups here. And the groups I'm already in are over here. So it usually goes by the most active. So what the most recent activity that's been going on is where they're going to show up first. Well, these 4 I'm quite active in because Digital Consumer Marketing, they've set me up as the owner of this group because I've been helping them build their group. This one has set me up as a manager because they've been helping build their little group. And this is my own group. And I have my one of my daughter-in-laws in helping me manage this group. Another group that I've been trying to help build as well. So I've got 4 groups that I'm really active in, but you can join up to 100 groups. And as the manager or owner of a group, you can pitch to your people in that group once a week. So if you've got a workshop series starting or whatever you've got planned with your group, or if you're going to be doing lunch and learn at a certain business location, you can pitch to your group about that once a week. But be careful. You got to make sure that it's exactly 1 week apart because LinkedIn monitors this. Because I have wanted to send a post out Monday mornings at 9 o'clock. So
Christine, can I just interrupt for a minute,
Yes.
please? Can you help me to minimize? I want to access my own computer, and right now I'm full screen on this, so I'm not taking in what you're saying because I'm still trying to play with the computer.
Okay,
So can you show me how to get out of full screen on LinkedIn, please?
Okay, so what you need to do is you go into the meeting window and go into where we're talking. So hover over that.
Tell me what the meeting when.
The meeting.
Sorry,
window
the meeting.
where you see our little pictures.
Okay.
or the video. And so
Okay, got it.
at the very top, there's a little line and several different sizes of windows, right? So click on the little line.
Yeah, I did. And now you're gone.
So I'm not going all together. Now you can see your desktop, right? You can get on your computer and do some work. Because you just
Those are her tabs.
minimized it.
Those are her tabs. Yeah. I just have your tabs. I don't have mine.
Go up to here.
Okay, let me see. Minimize
Is
that.
it making sense?
No, it's not working.
Move that. There's another.
Okay, this is
Yeah,
that's
right there.
Christine's
View
screen.
options.
Okay, good.
Exit full screen.
Perfect. Perfect.
Now you
Perfect.
can go
Okay,
into
now I've got my screen. Good. That's good. Sorry. I was trying to get the speaker set up so Dan could hear better. So sorry.
Oh,
I didn't catch all the things you had said.
okay, no problem. Well, you're going to get the recording as well, so don't panic.
Okay.
So back to where I was at here. Groups are the key. If you're on a free platform or a paid platform, everybody gets 15 free in-mails a month. Those in-mails can only be used in the groups. Most people don't even know they have 15 free in-mails a month. So in the groups, once you're in there, you can, so I'm just gonna, you can create your own group. You can see that little tab here in the top right corner. And you can put your logo up in the top of it. So I'll just take you into my marketing and business group here for right now. So people will post this. Ian always posts every week. So I was explaining that you have to wait 1 week. So if you post at 9 o'clock Monday morning, LinkedIn won't let you post again until 9 o'clock the next Monday morning. If you try and post 2 minutes before 9 or 1 minute before 9, they won't let you post. They really monitor that 1 week. So I just want you to know that. But it's beautiful because you can pitch to your people through your group. And once you're in your group, you can invite people. So I'm going to go into managing my group here. And you can invite people to come and be part of your group. And see here where you can direct message people. Now, so you don't have to be connected to everybody. So if you see somebody in your group that you think, like maybe they're the CEO of a business that you would really love to get into and chat with, then you can send them a direct message over here. And just click on message and it will automatically use up one of your, now these people are first connections. You see this first, where it says second here, this person is a second level connection. The rest of them are first level connections. Oh. So if they are, so this person who's a second level connection, I could send her a direct message and not ask her to connect with me. So here's one of the secrets of LinkedIn is you do not ask people to connect with you if you do not know them. All you need to get your profile frozen or sent to LinkedIn jail, I call it, is to have 5 people say they don't know you. And if you have 5 people do that, your profile will get frozen. You'll get sent to LinkedIn jail. And then it takes you 2 weeks to get reinstated again. And what LinkedIn has done to a couple of my clients is because it's happened to a couple of them, they had to print out the entire terms of use, initial every page, sign the last page, and send back to LinkedIn this agreement plus a copy of their driver's license.
No worries there. We're not doing that, so that's okay.
So I just want to make sure that I tell everybody this story because I want to make sure that I don't get anybody into trouble, because I read the entire terms of use when I started. to make sure that I knew what I was doing. So this is really important, is to be able to direct message people. So you are in, LinkedIn is this huge networking link. And you've got a whole bunch of networking meetings basically going on at the same time. So you can reach out to people through this networking organization here and talk to people. So this, if they're a second level connection or a third level connection or further, you can still direct message them and just say, hey, I noticed that you're working with such and such an organization. Tell me what inspired you to, if you can see that they're the CEO, what inspired you to start this company? Or if you're the owner, you can kind of ask them what inspired you to start the company. Start building a relationship with them, because in a networking meeting, when you go, you always have to think, this is online, but this is a networking meeting. So when I go to a networking meeting in real life, I don't go up to somebody and say, hi, I'm Christine Till, the marketing mentoress, and I have a special going this week. And if you order a package from me, you get a $100 discount if you order it by Friday. And it's like, wow, people feel like you're being slapped in the face. Or people who are in network marketing businesses quite often will go to a meeting and they'll say, hey, I sell magnetic socks. Do you want to try some? They're slapping you in the face. Or I sell cosmetics, the best skincare in the world. And you just feel like, oh, I want to run away from this person. So what we need to do is build that rapport with them first. So build that know, like, and trust. And that's why I have everybody set up a really killer, a big killer profile. Oh, by the way, Carol, last paragraph of your summary there, you've got a grammatical error.
Okay, thank you.
Or just everything else was good. And so that profile has to be stellar. So when people, as soon as you start messaging them in the groups, they're going to go check you out. And then this gives you another opportunity to message them. So in your notifications, you will see when somebody has visited your profile. So I'm just going to show you some of these things here. So you scroll down, it shows you how many likes you got for your different posts. See all views. You want to check who's viewed your profile. And you will see in your who's viewed your profile how many views you've had in the last 90 days. And if you're in there every day, you can direct message these people if you're on a paid platform. So this is where you need your 15 paid in-mails. And this is so important. I get business from this. People, if people pay attention to this, so say you've been in the group and you messaged Arno here and said, so he's going to go check you out. He's going to go look at your profile. And so then you're going to see him in the profiles when you go check who's viewed your profile. Oh, hey, Arno, thanks for stopping by for a visit. Tell me, what was the question you had in mind to ask me when you were here? I look forward to hearing from you, or I look forward to your comments, or I look forward to your response. And then I usually say, make it a great day, or kind regards, Christine. And then they always, pretty much always get back to me with an answer. Oh, I don't remember the question I was asking. I see that you're a LinkedIn expert. Or they'll say, actually, I was looking for some help with my LinkedIn. And then it just opens the door. So LinkedIn is the most important platform. Pardon me, I get really, really energized, excited about LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is the best way to get business for somebody like if you're a business coach. So then you've got that conversation started, and it takes several interactions before you're going to actually usually get a client. So it takes time for that rapport. And if you've got a great profile, I noticed that you've changed your background picture, Carol. It looks really great.
Thank you.
And your whole profile is looking really good.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry, Dan, I haven't been on yours yet. I will as soon as we get I get off today, and I'll send you some comments on that. Well, actually, if we have some time today, I'll go look at it today and walk through while you're there, because I've got your profile up here. Oh, you both put the same background. That's great. Awesome. I like your little videos. They're so cool.
Thank you. So I have a question for you. I've just looked at mine. You said I had a grammatical something in the last paragraph.
Yeah, the last paragraph of your summary.
If we choose to be on the same team?
Yeah, if we choose to be on the same team, I'll do everything I can to support you to succeed. For me, I feel the most successful when I hold
yeah.
So I thought maybe when or maybe I am holding the space.
When I hold in the space.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I will change that.
Yeah. So, if you get, so I'm on the business, the paid platform with the 15 paid emails, because I use that. My notifications, my messaging, my network, and my who's viewed my profile and my home. So if you just once or twice a day, once you get your profile all set up, you're all set to go, and then set up a group for yourselves and set yourselves up as one is the manager and one's the owner. You can sort of help each other monitor your group, and you can start planning what you're going to post on there once a week. And you can just set up regular posts in between times. So if you want to upload one of the blogs you've written, if you got lots of material that you guys have written,
Yeah.
so you can pull from that material and repurpose it a little bit.
Perfect.
And put it on. And then be aware of your group, that when people come onto your group, that be aware that they're posting. Go through those posts. Make sure that you read them and comment on them.
Yeah.
Like them.
Sorry, help me to understand what the benefit of a group is over just having people look at our LinkedIn page.
Well, your group gives you more credibility. If you've got a group on there, and then you invite people to join your group, I should go into this here and show you. And remember the back arrow up in the top left corner is your best friend. I'm just getting back. So I'm back into this group, Marketing Enthusiasts.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have your own group and you are active on there, you look like an authority. I'm an authority on marketing. I'm the marketing mentoress, right? So people come join my group for marketing tips. So I go on there regularly to comment on them. I get business through my group.
Okay, so I'm just not sure the difference. So they can go on your website and see, or on your regular LinkedIn page and see what you post as a blog. What are you posting that's different in the group?
You post different blogs. So, for instance, if I've got quite a few to choose from. I'm sure you guys do. You've been in business for a while. You can post one of your blogs that you posted a while ago. When you write an article, so here we go. If you write an article here, it stays on your profile. They can read it there. That's more for people who are looking, they're brand new and then they look on your profile. When the people that are connected to you on your personal profile are not necessarily going to be the same people that are going to be connected to you in your group. So you've got different audiences that you're reaching out to. You've got your audience that follows you in your group and your audience that However, when you're building your audience, you want to go to your homepage and do start a post, where you just do a post to introduce yourselves to your audience, to more people than who you're connected to. And so there's several things that are going on at the same time. And each of these things is going to bring people to view your profile. Now, my profile views are way down. Usually my profile views are up around 350. But the average profile views for people is usually around 72, which is really low. And you want this to go way up. You want to build these profile views. So
Okay.
posting on here. Yes.
Dan's got a question.
What's the difference, Christine, between start a post and write an article?
If you start a post, it goes up one time and then it goes away. But if you write an article, it stays on your profile and people can go back and check it out.
Oh, okay.
And that's another part of building your credibility online. If people see that you've got quite a few articles posted on there, it's very important for them to be able to go, and when they're checking out your profile, that's one of the things. Once you pass those first 3 seconds that we talked about last time, they're going to read through the rest of your profile and see what else there is that you've got to offer. So,
So how do they? So they see when they're on their page, they can see the post that's been written. But where's the article at then?
So when you publish this is where Sprout Social comes in again. So once you publish your article one time, you've put all that work into publishing that article. I repurpose my articles to come out once a month for 6 months following, and gradually build up my feed through Sprout Social. So I've got 3 to 5 posts going out every day. And most of them are pre-scheduled blogs that I've scheduled, and it gradually builds up over time. So you don't think you have to be on there and have 5 posts going out today. It builds over time. You start with 1 a day. And so you've got these posts automatically coming, and it keeps people see that. And so if I publish a blog today, which is the 25th, the 25th of April is a Thursday. The 25th of May is a Saturday. The 25th, so it automatically changes different days of the week. So I go through and I, for 6 months, post them all on the 25th. I'm due to write another blog here today, so I'll be doing that. And then every time you post it through Sprout Social, you can choose a different time of day that you post. So my first one usually goes out at 8 o'clock in the morning. And my next one is so here's the 5 times that they tell you on the statistics for social media. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 7 p.m. Those are the times statistically that most people check messages on the internet. So 8 a.m., they're on their way to work. 10 a.m.'s coffee break. 2 p.m.'s another coffee break. And 4 p.m., they're leaving work. And 7 p.m. in the evening is just after dinner. So that's what the statistics show. So each time I post something, and if I get more than 5 posts in a day, then I start at 8:10, 10:10, 2:10. So I stay close to that hour, but leave enough space in between the previous posts. And I found over the years that I get different people liking and commenting on my blogs because I'm reaching different audiences doing this system. And also, not only just reaching different audiences doing that system, people that I'm not connected to tomorrow or today when I publish my blog, people sign up, maybe they join me in the next few days, have never seen my blog. So you've always got new people that are connecting with you, and they have never seen what you've written. So this gives them an opportunity to be able to catch it. And the reason you want to choose different times of day is because what I posted at 8 o'clock in the morning today will not be seen by the guy who comes and checks it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The most people will scroll back to see who in their feed, to see who's posted what in their main feed. That's in your home feed. I'm in my home feed right now. And the most they usually scroll back is maybe 10 or 12 max. And so you go, oh my goodness. They're never going to see your post if you post at 8 o'clock in the morning all the time. Or if you post at 10 o'clock in the morning all the time, they're never going to see. So this guy, I follow Jim Cody all the time. He always has great quotes that he posts on a regular basis, and he'll have several of these go out in a day. And he's got really good stuff that he pulls from the internet. And there's so many things that you can pull for quotes. So once a month, I sit down and I schedule posts to go out. And every time I write a blog, I repurpose that blog and schedule it to go out once a month for 6 months, so that I don't have to then worry about that blog. And it's going to stay up on my articles list on my home page, because I publish it under write an article instead of under that top one where it says start a post, right? And always have a picture or a video that goes with your post. Everything I post online always has a picture or a video attached to it. And LinkedIn, yes?
What sort of a ratio of articles to posts should there be?
Well, you think of your 10 posts. So if you're working on getting up to 3 posts a day to start, so that would take you about every 4th day. So it'd take you 4 days to put those across LinkedIn. So your post might be, if you're starting a post, remember that if I don't do very many starter posts because they only last 1 day. Most of the stuff
I think Dan's question was posts, number of posts or number of articles. Is that?
Yeah.
So you just work it out with your total of 10, right? You've got your 10 posts. And so you figure out how many are going to be things that are from other people. So when I'm doing one-time post, if it's a quote from Abraham Lincoln, it's going to go in the starter post. If it's my articles, that's where you put your blogs, is in your articles. Okay. So I also mentioned, let's go back to the groups here. I'm getting sidetracked. In the groups, you can join up to 100 other groups. So not just your own group. You want to put most of your effort into your own group. And you want to join groups where you feel your best clients will be. So you don't want to join groups of coaches. The only coaching groups I would join if I was, that I join are, so I'm in maybe 1 or 2 marketing groups. The rest of my groups are small business groups, CEO groups, business owners, women's groups are huge. Women, I think with relationships, women usually are the ones that take the first step in a relationship. And so I would think I would be joining, if I was you, women's groups. And there's lots of them on LinkedIn to join. And I'm just going to show you quickly how to join groups here.
Perfect.
And so so when you write a new blog, You don't want to post it in all the groups. For sure, your new blog's got to go up in your own group, because that's number one. But in your other groups, you can choose certain groups. Depending on the blog that you've written, you can choose which other groups you want to post that blog in. And you just copy the URL. When you publish on LinkedIn and you hit the publish button, let's see, I've got a whole bunch of LinkedIn pages open here. So if you're writing an article, because these are all tied together, and you go, it always invites you to upload a picture or a video. You put in your headline. I always do my blogs on a Word document first so that I can print it out and edit it. I find I edit better if I can actually scratch out and write on things. That's me. And you want a catchy headline on there. So when you hit this publish button, then what happens is another window opens up, and you can write up to 700 words in that other window describing, using lots of keywords in there, describing what you just are publishing, the article you're publishing. Nobody sees that. That is for the search engines. Everything we do on LinkedIn, we need to think search engines. LinkedIn has its own search engines. Plus, Google is the most powerful search engine on the internet, and you want those search engines to find you. So everything we write has to be full of content. When they say full of content, that means lots of great keywords. And then you put hashtags. You can have up to 30 hashtags in this publish button with your article, and they will be counted as part of the 700.
Explain to me what a hashtag does.
Okay,
Please.
there are different types of search engines. A hashtag search engine, the LinkedIn search engines, and other search engines. The hashtag search engine, you want to take keywords, like maybe it's the title of your business, you want to make a hashtag. Once you start using that, the search engines will start to find it, but you have to keep using it on everything you publish online. So once you put your URL and stuff for your article, then put hashtag. You use the little crosshatch pound sign, and then type in the name of your company beside that. So I do crosshatch marketing metrics, and I'll add that as one of the hashtags when I do a publish, when I hit publish. So I'll just show you here. Oh.
So should you have then, Christine, like a list of, 10 of those hashtags that you use all the time?
Yeah, I have Word documents that I've saved in certain files on my computer, so that I can just go in there and copy and paste. So for responding to different kinds of comments, for all my hashtags, what I say when I visit profiles, or when people have visited my profile, and then you can just do a teeny bit of editing so that you style it to fit each individual person when you're doing those ones for profiles.
Okay.
And then it speeds everything up.
Mm-hmm.
So in that description where you put those hashtags, how many of those should you use?
I usually use at least 5.
At least 5.
Yeah. And so some of my hashtags are LinkedIn expert, marketing mentoress, fired at 50, which is the name of my book. Let's see, marketing expert, and keywords that I know that people use most to search for me online. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Okay. So I want to reiterate right here. Just because we're using 5 hours doesn't mean that you can't talk to me anymore.
Thank you.
Forever. I want you to always feel like you can always ask me questions. Okay? We are not
Thank
going
you.
to be strangers after this.
Perfect.
Okay, so if you don't get it the first time, there's never a dumb question, and I'm never too busy to get back to you.
Thank you.
Always make my clients have priority access to me.
Hmm.
Okay, so this won't let me open up and show you what it's all about because I've not started the article. But once we do, you'll see that box will show up. And if you have questions again, you can always ask me, right? Pick up the phone and phone me, or send me an email or a text. If it's really
Thank
urgent,
you.
if it's really urgent, pick up the phone. If it's semi-urgent, text me. If it's not so urgent, then send me an email, because I'm most easy to catch through my phone.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So you've got these articles. After you finish going through publishing your article, then LinkedIn shows you another box pops up, and you can share it on Facebook, and you can share it on Twitter. And then there's another little thing that you can click on, which lets you copy the URL to this article. You click on that, it automatically copies to your mouse. You go into your group, post it in your group. As soon as you post it in your group, the picture that you've got, post that URL into your group, into where so I'm going to go into the group, go into my marketing enthusiast here. So you want to start a conversation in the group. So this is where you would post the URL. As soon as you post the URL, automatically it will bring up whatever picture or video you've got on that article. That will show up, so people will see that picture or that the first frame of your video right there. And then I always add something different than the title of my article. So for instance, when I did the post with the guy that had designed or invented the recyclable fire extinguishers, I put, "Help, my house is burning down." And I had 124 hits in the first 24 hours on that. So it's got to be something that's going to really hit their pain and make them want to click. "Help, my marriage is breaking down." I don't know. I'm just something that you could that would really grab people's attention. So you get my drift, right?
Absolutely. That's good. Thank you.
Here's where you can add your hashtag. So anytime it says add hashtag, you've got that document where you've got those key hashtags that you use all the time. Copy, paste your hashtags in there. And if you've got more video or more pictures, you can always add more video and more pictures. But you have to click these first before you post your URL up here. As soon as you post your URL, these disappear. They go out, and then you can't add them at later. So you add these first, and you've got extra ones.
Hold your finger up.
If you've already got a picture with that article, will it show up here as well?
Yes. As soon as you put that URL in there, instantly, within seconds, you'll see the picture pop up.
Okay.
So that's why I say everything you write in the articles, always put a picture or a video with it, because then it will automatically bring it up every time you post it. Okay, so I'm going back to, where's my, oh, here we are. This is the marketing enthusiast. So when you join other groups, you can go into those groups and post where you start a conversation in this group, in some of those groups. So whenever you write a new article, you instantly go into your different groups. After you've captured that URL from LinkedIn, and do the same thing in some other groups that you're in. And so if they're not following you in, your own group, this is a way of inviting them to come and see what's happening in your group. And so you post the same URL in these other groups. When you're in these other groups, take a minute to just go in and scroll down and see some of the articles that are posted in those groups, and maybe read one or two, like and comment on it, and that starts a conversation going. And that's the way networking works, is you start a conversation with everybody that you meet. So you are just networking in this, which is huge. Once you master networking on here, you will get business. And it takes about 3 to 6 months to really start get momentum going. That's what I found with myself. It took a few months before I really started getting momentum going. And it seems to be true. It takes 3 to 6 months, no matter where you're networking. When I started networking with Womanition, it was 6 months before I got my first client directly through Womanition. And even today, I get most of my clients from LinkedIn, and very few through Womanition. But I do get some through Womanition. Part of the reason why I'm active with Womanition is because of the magazine. I have a page in the magazine, and I've been in there 4 years. This will be my 5th year this coming September. And what that does is it tells people that you are serious about your business and you're willing to put money into your business to market yourself. When you're on the paid platform on LinkedIn, it does the same thing. It not only gives you better access to different things like I like it especially because of the InMails. I don't know where I'd be without InMail. InMail has been the key to getting me business on LinkedIn. So I'm on the basic business platform. I used to be on the $100 a month platform, but LinkedIn stopped that platform. So now I'm just on the business one, but it does a really good job for me. So I can't stress enough how important it is to be in these groups. So let's go. You know how to start your own now. You know where to go to start your own group. And when this message thing pops up, this little thing here, and you want to get rid of it, just click on the top bar and it goes down, minimizes. So if you want to build your group, you can invite members. So people who are connected to your main profile, you can invite them to come and join you in your group. But here's the thing you've got to be careful of. You do not want to follow your own business page or company page on LinkedIn or Facebook for that matter. Because whenever you post an article or something in this group, in your own group, if you are following your own group, it will automatically show up in your main feed on LinkedIn as well. And if people happen to be connected to you on your LinkedIn profile and following your company page, they will get double notices in their inbox, in their regular email. So they'll be getting duplicate all the time, every time you post something, either place, whether you post it on your profile or whether you post it in your company page. So do not follow your own company page. So that
How do we make sure we're not doing that?
okay, so there is let's see. So here's where you can copy a link to your group and share your group. This is another thing I've done on Facebook. Sorry, I'm getting there. I'm just getting to your question here. And you can update your settings on your group. You can leave the group if you want, but you don't. If it's your own group, you don't want to leave the group. Let's see, I'm trying to find it here. Follow your own group. Oh, manage group. If you've got obnoxious people, you can block them right here. Here's the people that will show you who's been invited. Got requests to join. Looks like they've already been accepted. Trying to find that. So I am not following my own group. They've moved it. They're fun. They're great fun guys on doing that. Just a couple more. So you can search for your group.
And I guess if, right now, we don't have our group set up, so obviously we're not following our own group, right?
That's right, obviously.
So that's probably
Yeah,
not
it
even
doesn't
something
matter.
you need to worry about. I do have a question about, you'd said one of us would be the owner and one would be the manager or something, you said?
Yes.
And so when we choose to do that, will the feeds, will they show up on both of our profiles?
Yes, they will, because you're both, one of you is managing and one of you is the owner. So you will see in your regular email that comes into your own regular email, you'll get notifications. But go onto your LinkedIn every day and just click on here and check your notifications. And it will show you somebody who's asked to join a group or who's asked to, and who's viewed your profile. You can click on that and check that out. So anything that's happening in your groups, that will come showing up in here. And I pay, so one new post in digital consumer marketing, there's a new post. This is one of my groups, right, that I'm active in. So you'll see that come up. And those are the things I check when I come look at in my notifications, and I just peruse through these really quickly, is who's liked my posts and commented on them, and then I'll go in and say thanks for liking and commenting or whatever. And then I want to see who's, I might, if I see a couple of people here that I know and I want to just comment on their celebrate, just say, hey, happy birthday, great, I'll do that. But I don't say happy birthday to everybody. I one or two. And this is one of my blogs that's been repurposed. This is another one of my groups, Seattle Business Network, Digital Consumer Marketing. These people have requested to join, but they're white. See the difference? There's some that are blue and some that are white. That means I haven't checked them, haven't clicked on them to check them out yet. So I've already checked these out. And so I've already said something to these people or accepted them into the group. And I like that they ask, people have to ask to be accepted into the group, and then you can accept them into your group. So this is the #1 place that I check first every day. And then I go into my messaging and I check for who's responded to my messages.
Do you just leave those notifications after you've read them, just leave them there, or do you delete them?
No, they just stay there. You just don't delete them, just leave them there.
Okay.
They just turn white, and it's like your feed, they'll keep moving.
Yeah.
And it's easier to find things there. So if you're posting on your homepage, I can never find what I've posted on there. It's moving too fast. So this here is your messaging. And if you see any messages that have a blue dot beside them, there'll be a little blue dot in the corner. You want to make sure that those are responded to. And you don't need to worry about jobs because you're not looking for a job. You haven't got a job posted. And your network, this is where people are going to ask to be connected to your network. So I am what they call a lion. Lion stands for Linked In Open Networker, L-I-O-N. So I will accept most requests to connect. The caveats to me connecting with somebody are no headshot. I will not connect with somebody who has no headshot. Chances are it could be a fake profile. So I will go and I will check everybody's profile before I connect with them. She's very professional looking. She has a background picture as well. That's awesome. She's in Helsinki, southern Finland. Probably because she's a woman, a professional woman, and I like to connect with more women, I will accept her connection request. This guy, we'll see about him. So he's in India. I have had 2 clients from India. They generally don't have money. So, and he's a web design guy, and there's so many web design guys that I'm going to just ignore this. So you need to be a little bit discriminatory, I guess is a maybe one word, about accepting connection requests from other people. But I generally, here's what I think in the back of my mind. It's not all about me and it's not all about them, but it's who they're connected to, who might be in their circle of connections. And if somebody from India wants to connect with me, chances of them being connected to somebody in North America, where most of my clients tend to come from, or English-speaking countries, are going to be slimmer than if I connect with somebody from the UK, for instance, or from Australia. So most of the people that I connect to, the countries I connect to, are English-speaking countries. And I do most of my coaching over Zoom. It's only been the odd time that I've done a live coaching session and they come to my office here in Kalmar. If they live in Edmonton, I've had people drive all the way out to Kalmar. But those are usually, it's people who are so non-techy that they really need to have the one-on-one. They're just learning from scratch. But most people, we can do the Zoom and it works fine. So that's my network. And my homepage, this is where my 6 out of 10, a lot of those will come from this. So I'll go in, oh, look at this. He's already got a new one up here. Remember, most of your stress comes from the way you respond, not the way like this. I like his stuff. But I will comment on this and share it with my network. And it's one of my 6 that other people have posted, right, or written.
So what's the difference, Christine, between when you just add a comment there or if you share?
Well, if you want people to like, comment, and share your stuff, you need to like, comment, and share their stuff. And so,
yeah, so
the difference, if you just like, the chances are you're not going to get any more than just a like in response. If you comment, then they're going to probably, chances are they're going to like your comment and say something back. So you're opening up a conversation. If you like and comment and share, you're opening that post up to all of your connections. And if you see somebody in your network, and they'll show up in this notifications, that somebody has liked or commented on or shared what you have shared from somebody else. This is huge. You want to make sure that you get back into that person and say, hey, I noticed you commented on my, liked and commented and shared my post from Joe Papahuski.
So if I understand this correctly, then Christine, if you were to type in there just a comment, then it just stays just underneath that quote. But if you share, then you're giving it out to all of your friends. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Connection. So on LinkedIn, they're called connections or referred to as network. Facebook is where you refer to everybody as friends.
Okay.
It's just the terminology that you use on the different platforms. So yes, it's you can, I always tell people like, comment, and share. And it doesn't have to be long, and so then I'll share. And when you click on share, then you have to say something. A-T-T-I-T. If you haven't got Grammarly, boy, this is great. I love Grammarly. And then click post. So now it's gone out to my whole network. He also is going to see my comment. He will come back and say something back to me because I know we're following each other for a while. So that's one of my 6 from somebody else. And then you just scroll down and see a few of these that you think are really great, that would be in copacetic with the people that follow you, and find what you might want to like and comment and share. But you don't spend more than a minute. Like, don't spend hours scrolling back. I've already gone farther back than most people go. So your home is really, now you see, when you see a red dot there, that means there's new posts going up. Look at this, Jim's got another one. So he must have 15 posts a day go out.
Wow.
Have them pre-scheduled because he doesn't sit at his computer all day long and send these posts out. I know it. Who does? Nobody has time to do that. So you pre-schedule those to come out automatically. Okay. Another thing in your network where you can use your paid in-mails if you want, but I check through this and just see if there are some people in here that I know. You don't want to connect with anybody you don't know, but if there are some people in here that you know, or if there's somebody in here that you like, this guy is a CEO. He looks like a sharp guy. I might want to check his profile out. There's 626 mutual connections. So I might risk it once in a while. And the way I would reach out to him is say, hey, Brian, I noticed that you're the CEO of Equinol. And we have 626 mutual connections. And then I read their profile and I'll put something that's personable in there. I can't draw from my form letters, so to speak. This is something that has to be designed specifically for this person. And say, I noticed that we have this many people, many connections in common. I would love to connect with you to be able to facilitate easier communication. I look forward to following your posts, that kind of thing. And usually they come back and they accept that connection request, especially when they have that many mutual connections. Okay, so we want to join groups. Let's get back into the groups here. Oops.
So how involved, so you can join up to 100 groups. How involved would you be on all of those 100 groups?
Okay, you are in these groups, all except your group. Well, your group too. You're in these groups to mine the groups. You're in there to get clients, right? So you're mining. And so that whole idea is to get people interested in what you're doing. So you choose different groups to post your blog in, or to do any kind of a post in, or to write a comment in. So once you set up your own group, that's one thing. So here's, okay, so we're in groups. You can request to join groups. These are groups that I've requested to join. So you can search other trusted communities that share and support your goals.
Good. Okay.
So you click on search, and now it gives you, LinkedIn will give you, they've given me over 1 million, almost 2 million in search results. Whoa. So this is another group, and you want to join groups that are large. So my goal is to join groups that have more than 10,000 members. And the reason for that is because then once you get into those groups, you've got more gold to mine. So that's why I do that. However, you want to join groups. The first groups that I'd be wanting to join would be Edmonton groups, or your area, your closest area around you. Start searching for groups, people that have groups that are close to you. So I'm in all the Edmonton groups myself, all the Edmonton groups that I could find in my searches. So once you're in the groups, you can type up here, Edmonton. Look at all these, Edmonton, City of Edmonton, NEBA, North Edmonton Business Association, ARIA Interiors Edmonton, Edmonton Company Restaurants, Edmonton Public Schools, Concordia University of Edmonton, Edmonton Sales Professionals, Edmonton Police Service. Whoa, look at this. This is really, I'm not in this group. This is one I think I'd like to join. I don't know if I've got enough space. Let me see. So I decided I want to join Edmonton Police Service. I'm going to follow them, number one. Oh no, this is their company page. So I'm going to follow this company page. Let's go back here. Edmonton. So these are, it says company beside the ones that are company pages, right? So this one is a group. This is a group, Edmonton Sales Professionals.
So your top reasons for joining are their numbers, that you feel that they would have clients that you would benefit by marketing to. Is that correct?
That's right. So
okay.
I'm even if they are a little bit small, I will join them if they're in Edmonton. It seems like people want to work with somebody who's close to them in proximity, even if we work over Zoom for some reason. That's how people think. So this guy, Edmonton Sales Professionals, this is all got salespeople in it. And I've joined this group actually. They've got 840 members, which isn't too bad. If they've got less than 100 members, or less than 200, or less than 500 members, you want to think long and hard about joining those groups. If they've got less than 500 members, it better be a group that's just about everybody in that group is a potential client. So once you start posting things in these groups, you're going to start creating interest. But you need to post in the groups regularly. So just start by requesting to join a few, maybe 10 groups, and start working with those. And then once you start getting a few posts up in those groups, then you can add more groups. Here's what I've found. Because most people don't even realize the value of groups, they're underutilized. So they have no idea what's going on in those groups. But there are people who realize the potential of the groups. And once you start direct messaging people through those groups, so you read the articles and then you direct message those people and say something about their article directly to them through that messaging system, even though you've liked and commented, because all the groups will allow you to do in them is like and comment on them. You can't share their stuff in the groups. So this is the guy, Peter Knight, who you can, I don't know him, so I'm not going to ask him to connect with me, but I can reach out to him in the members. So this is Peter Knight. So you go in, and once you're a member of the group, you can go into the members. So we go, click on the members. And so we're going to search members and look for Peter. There he is. Now I can direct message him with one of my free emails. And I just send him one of my form letters that I've got saved in LinkedIn or in Word document where I save all my form letters.
So how do you get rid of a group or get out of a group?
Oh, okay. So say you're in a group that you don't want to be in, you're not getting any results from it, nobody seems to be responding, it means probably the ownership isn't even active on it. One of the things you can tell is once you get accepted into the group, you can see how long it's been since they posted in this group. So this group is not too bad. It was a week ago that this was posted, so it's not too bad. And this takes you right directly to his profile. But you can't send him, if you go to his profile, you can't send him a direct message unless you've got paid in mail. So you have to be careful that you make sure that you send that message directly through the group so that you can do free in mail. So you want to make sure that you don't use up any more of your paid emails than you absolutely have to, because you want to use those in who's viewed your profile. So I'm going to show you how to leave the group, okay? We left the group now. So you go down. There's a leave group. Really easy to leave the group. Oh, here it is. So here's where you can leave the group. And these three dots. So you just click on leave group. And that's another reason why it's good to be in a big group, because then they don't notice you leaving. But if you're going to join a group that's less than 200 people, they notice when you leave. So you want to make sure that you're careful with that. You don't want to have anybody upset with you in any way. I always try to make sure that I behave in such a way that I'm not going to create too many negative ripples. And that's, so if you're in a group of 10,000 people, they're definitely not going to notice me.
Yeah.
So another thing that you can do, and you can update your settings. So if you click on update your settings when you're in the group, choose whether group members in your extended network can message you. I always make sure this is turned on so that people can use their free emails if they choose to do so. Some people turn this off So you will find occasionally when you try to direct message somebody through the groups or even send them a page email, you aren't able to do it. It's because they've got this turned off.
In settings and privacy.
Yeah. So whether they're a group member, they can go into privacy and settings and they can turn this off so that people can't direct message them. So you can set your emails for all groups. It's really important. If you don't want to receive notifications from in your regular email, what you receive. So I've got it set up so that on this group, I receive invitations and messages. I don't want jobs and opportunities. The activity in my network, yes, I want to see activity that involves you, yeah. News and articles, yeah, I want to see that. Offers and tips from LinkedIn, sure, I want to see that. But you can set it however you want it. So my email frequency is still there on LinkedIn, is still there. Notifications on LinkedIn, yes, I want to see those. Some people turn this all off. So why even do groups if you turn it all off? You never can see if somebody's responding.
Yeah, how did you get there, Christine,
Where are
please?
you at?
Oh, okay. So this is in the group.
Oh, you're in the group, not, this isn't your main.
So I'm in the, oh, it's on the main page here. I want to here. I was in the groups. So I'm going to go back to LinkedIn. I wanted it to get me. So this should be the groups. No, it's not. So in the groups, when you select a group, there's those three dots, remember? The top there. We were in the Edmonton Sales Professionals. There we go. So those three dots, and so that update your settings is where I went.
Update your settings.
Oh, here.
So if you want
There
to
you
invite, if you want, once you have your own group, you can copy your link to your group. You just click on that, it automatically copies the link to the group. So if you want to invite people to come and join your group, you can also go into the groups. So say I want to take them that link and put it into my group. So I've gone into another group and I've gone into my group and I can start a conversation. Here's a great group. But I wouldn't do it with other groups. I'm just showing you how you can do this. I would go into my group and copy my own group link and go into other groups and say, check out my group. This is my new group. I'd love it if you would like to come and join us and take part in the discussions. So I'm going to discard this. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
So you can leave. So here's where you leave the group. Copy the link to the group. Use update your settings here, right? And down on this side, so here you can discover more. So these are the different hashtags that have been set up on LinkedIn. So you can follow people through these hashtags. And just click, and I like to make sure they've got lots of followers before they've got to have over 1 million followers before I follow them. So I just did a few there. So you can access that through the group. So I've already got another notification coming through here. You see, watch these numbers. Okay, I'm going to go into Carol's profile right now. I'm going to show you something. You see where it says more? You can share your profile with somebody else, or you can introduce people using this share profile. So say you meet somebody and they're looking for a painter, and you happen to know somebody in your network who's a great painter, and people want to get their house painted, right? So you want to introduce them. So you go into that person's profile that's looking for the painter, and you click share profile, and then it will invite you to type in the name. So I'll put Joe. Let's see who comes up. So none of these guys are painters, but say I know Joe Griffith, he's a business consultant. So I want to share Joe with you, and your LinkedIn profile URL shows up there. And you say, hi, Joe. Whatever, whatever it is they're looking for. And then you just sign it like a regular little letter that you're writing and send it off to them. So you can introduce people this way. And not many people know this system. So I'm teaching you the secrets here that not a lot of people
Thank you.
need this. So another thing you can do when you go into somebody else's profile, you can save to PDF. I've never done this. You can create a PDF and so this is it. This is what it does. It shows you their profile. So if you want to take this PDF and save it somewhere on your computer so that you can send this out to some other people, maybe you've got a few people that would like to know more information about relationship coaching, then I can send this out to people. And they've got all your contact information here where they can get hold of you because you've set that up on your profile. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, that's good. I was thinking about, when people ask for kind of some background on us, that would be a good way to do it.
Yeah, and it looks very professional. And so LinkedIn isn't all about me. It's about how many people I can help. So because I've got so many connections on LinkedIn, I've got access to a lot of different people in a lot of different type of businesses and jobs. So I can refer people. This is a beautiful way to refer people.
Cool.
So let's go back in to where we were here. Go back into Carol's. Okay. So more in this drop-down menu. So if you give kudos to somebody, then you can, so we've got thank you, Carol. You can add a hashtag.
There's no G. It's just thinking.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I can add that. And now I can help the right people see your posts. That's what the hashtag is all about. And there's lots of great pictures on there. So post. So this is going out to my main feed on LinkedIn. So it's going to go to everybody who's connected to me on LinkedIn. So that's another way that you can let people know or send kudos out about somebody. You can request a recommendation. Like what I've said before, though, is I've only ever asked for one. I prefer to be proactive and recommend people first. So this is where I can recommend you. If it's in somebody else's profile, I can recommend you. I can unfollow somebody. So if somebody's being a little bit obnoxious and I don't want to see their posts anymore, but that's okay, I'll stay connected to them, then I can click unfollow. So then none of their posts that they share will come through my home feed anymore. I won't get any notifications that they've sent a message to me.
Okay.
If you want to remove the connection, you can. But if somebody's really obnoxious, now this has only happened to me, maybe I can count on one hand in all the years I've been on LinkedIn. And it's usually guys that do this to gals. They don't realize the propriety. LinkedIn is a professional platform, but I don't know why guys want to keep hitting on gals. They can go to dating sites. And as soon as somebody does that, they instantly get blocked and reported. So you just click on that, follows you through. So you go into their profile. You have to go into their profile and you block and report the profile. And LinkedIn pays strict attention to these, and they will block them from you. And they will, the chances are those people stand at risk of losing their profile. So they could have their profile sent to LinkedIn jail forever. Never be able to open it up again. I'm just going to go down, way down to the bottom. One of the secrets is if you find somebody you're in one of the groups, you go in and check out their profile. And you want to go down and you're not connected to them in any groups. You find somebody and you go, gee, I only have my 15 free emails to use. Oh, members. Okay, so this is a group. So I'm going to go into this group and see what, and I'm going to request to join this group. Then as soon as I get accepted into this group, then I can go and do a search in the members like I showed you before. And I can type in Carol Ohler and your name will come up, and then I can direct message you then and use that free email. It's a little bit more of a go around. So you can do the same thing if you go into the notifications and you go to who's viewed your profile. I know it was down here. There we go. See all views. Go into here. And you're on the free platform. You're going to use one of your free emails. So I'll go on to Arno's. And I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom of his profile. Now, he doesn't have anything very much as a background picture. That sort of turns me off right there a little bit. But he's from Vancouver, so maybe he's a good guy. But I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of his profile and see what groups he's in. Okay, he's in impact investing, LinkedIn energy. Let's see which one of these groups. So if it says members, you know it's a group. If it's followers, you know that it's a company page.
Okay.
So let's see. Maybe an advanced energy. Okay, maybe I'll try this group. And I'll go into his group, and then I'll request to join the group. And then I will search for Arno and then send him a direct message to the group so that I can use my free LinkedIn email. Slick, eh? But it's a little bit, takes a little bit longer to do that go around because you have to request to join the group, then you have to wait till you're accepted in the group. Once you're accepted in the group, you'll get a message through your notifications here saying that you've been accepted into the group. And then you can also go into the groups, like I showed you before, where you can And just so you actually go into the groups where you have all of the groups where it shows the groups you're in and the groups that are pending that you've asked to join. So you can go in through that crosshatch and then see if it's still listed here, then you know you haven't been accepted into the group yet. But if it's not listed in the requested, then you know that it's in your groups. So you can just go into your groups and find that group right there. However, if you click on it in the notifications, it will take you directly into the group that you've been accepted in. So I have these kinds of little notebooks, these little coil notebooks. And I have one that I especially use for writing people's names in and the name of the group, so that then when I'm accepted into that group, I can remember who it was I wanted to search in that group and direct message. Otherwise, if I don't write it down, I can't keep it all in my head. So we're halfway through this morning. Let's take a 3-minute break and everybody can refresh their tea and their
That would
drink.
be good.
Get comfortable.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Somebody said adjust the fluid levels.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, we're back.
we're back. Sorry about that.
No problem.
We've come into the library to use the internet here, so we had to find the teapot and the coffee pot.
Yeah. So I'm just going through Dan's profile, and I see, Dan, you have attached some articles to your relationship specialist, which is good. And your employee ownership specialist. So do you guys coach businesses as well about building relationships in the office, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we do communication training. Yeah.
Awesome, because that is huge today. Like Carol said in her summary, their businesses are more and more looking for help in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's so many. And with the millennials, they're a whole different kettle of fish.
So that's a good comment, Christine. How do we find those businesses using LinkedIn that need or want that training?
Yes, that's the next step. So when you are looking for groups to join, if you see groups that are set up by organizations in your area, that's why I say it's important to join all the Edmonton groups that you can join.
Yeah.
Even if they have 200 members, I would still join them in Edmonton, because it's in those groups that you can search for, through the members, you can search for the ones that are in businesses that own companies, or CEOs. You want to look for HR directors. So here's, I don't know if I don't remember if I shared this with you, but one of my clients, well, people in health and wellness, for instance, don't think that they should be on LinkedIn. They think LinkedIn's for just business to business. And a lot of people think that. It is mainly business to business, but you have to remember everybody on there is a person. And even health and wellness people, I get them to do this. We reach out to businesses and offer our services doing complimentary lunch and learns. And businesses are looking for people to come in and do lunch and learns with them. I was invited just a short while ago to come down and do a lunch and learn in Calgary for BDO. BDO is a huge accounting firm across Canada.
Yeah.
And they brought in all their young millennial accountants. Oh my gosh, they had a room full of 60 people. And they wanted me to talk to them about LinkedIn and how they could be using LinkedIn to build their network. So that's what you can be doing, is reaching out through the groups and to find the owners of businesses, or CEOs, the CFOs, the HR directors, all the key guys, the key decision makers of the organization. But if you're looking to do, and this is what I would be doing, is booking lunch and learns. I'd be going on there and doing that and finding people who, businesses who would like to have you come and speak. I just got finished speaking, and they pay me. Actually, these people paid me to come to Calgary. The Jewish Women's Association in Edmonton, I just did a talk with them, and they paid me to come and give a lunch and learn. So I was totally unexpected. That one actually came through Womanition. I got to know the gal, but it's taken her 4 years to decide to invite me to come and give a talk at their organization. So lunch and learns are huge. Everybody that I have worked with has got lunch and learns through LinkedIn, and they also get clients out of those lunch and learns. Either the company itself turns around and hires them, or people in the meeting will hire them. Like the chiropractor I worked with doing that, her first meeting, she got clients booked to come in and have treatments at her office. So it's really, and if you're, whatever business you're in, always think how you can help businesses. And you guys are easy because you know right now how you can help businesses. So some of the blogs you write need to be focused on educating and informing those businesses that would be perhaps looking for help. And while you're doing your lunch and learn, that's when you can touch on relationships in families, because those employees will get all of this information and they'll take that information to heart. And especially if the company is putting on a lunch and learn, they have to be there. The company requires them to be there. They have to be sitting there. And then your presentation is this: you don't have to sell a thing. You just have to educate and inform. So when you're looking in the groups for people, and this is another thing, you want to make sure that you endorse people. These endorsements are huge. I told you the story about how I got recognized by LinkedIn itself at a big convention in Vancouver, right? I think I told you that story.
Yeah.
And so you can go in and endorse people as well. And so when you endorse people, also make sure you sit down and write them a recommendation. But if you are in a group and let's go into my groups here. Come on. So you go into your Edmonton Sales Professionals group. And I could go into Peter Knight's profile and check him out. I don't think I can endorse him unless I'm connected, though. That's the thing. So he's...
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can't endorse him until I'm connected. So, but I could reach out to him and say, hey, I noticed that you do such and such, and watch a video or check out his experience. And he doesn't have a summary of this. Oh yeah, he does. There it is. So check out some of these pictures and some of these things that he's got. He has accent products for architects and contractors. If I were him, I would change his header a bit. Headline. Never put your phone number in your headline. That's a big no-no. You put it in your contact information. So now you can go back into the group. I wonder if this will let me go back into the group. And so you could direct message him here, just search for him like we did through the members here, and say, hey, Peter, I noticed that you're in construction. I wondered if you have lots of people in your office that you look to educate on a regular basis in different areas, that kind of thing. Construction can be a really stressful business. My husband worked in construction for many years as the National Construction Safety Officer and saved their butts so many times, but they don't really recognize the safety people. And the environment is rough and the language is rough. And so the relationships between people on the construction site can be really appalling.
Yeah.
And you need to have sense of humor, and some of these big construction companies, and maybe not quite so big construction companies, could do with a little bit of relationship training or education. see what other companies we can find here. Let me go. There's the Duke Regional Chamber of Commerce. So you could go, there's the Edmonton Chamber of Commerce. I'm also in that group. So you could go in here and look for people. This is how active the Leduc Chamber of Commerce is. See, I posted, and this is my article. How long has it been? 3 months. I don't post anything new in the group until I see that my article has disappeared from the top.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So nobody else is doing anything in that group. It looks
No, obviously they're not very active. It's only my articles that have been showing up here. Okay. They obviously don't know how to use LinkedIn. Anyway.
Hey, maybe they're a place you could do a lunch and learn.
I'm going to, that's actually what I'm thinking. Actually, I want to learn with these guys because they need to, they're really active on Twitter, but they're not on much on Facebook or especially on LinkedIn. And their business, they're a business to business organization. They need to be using LinkedIn, right?
So that sounds like that's a part of the research that needs to go into this, is to join groups where they're actually active on their group.
That's
Because
right.
I mean, otherwise, if you're putting these articles here and you've got 6 here and nobody else has put anything, does it mean that anybody's even looked at it?
That's right. That's right. The only reason I stay in this group is because I'm a member of the chamber.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go, oh. So yes, they're going to get an education.
Opportunities.
So if you know somebody, if you've liked an article that they've written and you're not connected to them, you can't endorse them. But what you can do is you can message them directly in the group and you can say, hey, I really was impressed with your article and I wanted to go into your profile and give you an endorsement, but we're not connected, so let's connect so I can endorse you. I've done that. And they usually always accept my connection.
Sure. Yeah.
And so endorsing, you don't really have to have done business with them. I used to think that you had to actually have done business with them before you could really endorse them. But if you've read a good article about them or somebody's recommended them to you or you've heard something great or about them, I would go in and endorse them for whatever it was that article was about. Whatever people had said good about them. So you've had 3. I see Lisa's been active doing recommendations. So here's what I would think with you two working together here. You're both going to be in your own group, right? I would suggest that you might want to be in different other groups.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you want to choose who's going to be in all the Edmonton groups or who's going to be in what Edmonton groups. So maybe not one person join all the Edmonton groups. Maybe you want to split it between you. And
Right.
be in some groups, whichever ones you think would be the most appropriate for you to be in.
Mm.
So I see you're in the Relationship Advisors Network and you're in the Professional Speakers, Cooperative Communicators, Alberta Congress Board. Those are all great groups, but are you going to get clients out of those groups?
No, I had no idea what these groups were about. Is why I just joined them because that's what I thought it was. But
Yeah.
now I can be more strategic.
That's right. So you can stay in these groups if you want. I would stay in a couple of them so that you can stay on top of what's happening in your industry or in those individual industries. I think you need to be in Professional Speakers group. And the Alberta Congress Board, that might be a good group to be in.
No, it's defunct now, so I need to get rid of it.
40 followers, so yeah, you need to get out of there. The Relationship Advisors Network, you might want to be in there only for your own information, to check in and see if there's any new ideas or new things that are happening.
Yeah.
In the industry. But that would be something that you might want to post something in there once in a while, but not as regularly, because that's mainly for your own education, your own information.
Yeah.
I really like the professional speakers group, because you're going to have people from all walks of life in there. And so you can maybe post some of your articles in there, so people have an idea of who you are and what you do.
Yeah.
I read a profile this last week that was absolutely phenomenal in her summary. And she was a coach, and she listed a list of tips in her summary, in the main body of her summary. You've got 2,000 characters available to you in your summary. And so it's good to use them all. The specialties have to use up some of them down at the bottom, which is great. You guys both have your specialties there. But she had those tips. She had 7 quick tips. And I thought, what a great idea that was. So she talked about who she was, what inspired her to do what she does. But then she gave these 7 little tips. And so that might be something you want to think about doing. I've been thinking about, because I always do LinkedIn tips, so I'm going to revamp my summary a little bit and put some tips in there. The five reasons why you need to be using LinkedIn, which I've already told you guys. So you can see all of these. No, that's all there are. So I really like your little background picture. Where'd you guys get that from?
Off of our website.
Oh, good for you. That looks great. And I let you got a bit of a picture of a barn in there. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not our property, but it's one we've used on our website, and we're trying to make it so that it looks the same everywhere.
That's great. That's what you want to do. You want to be uniform. Okay. Now, if you want in your education to have silent letters, silent partners show up, like MBA, BA, or any of that, you can go down into your education down here, and you can click edit here, and you can put so have you gone to any other education other than the college?
No.
Well,
I have, neurolinguistics programming and, various things like that where I've got certifications.
Yeah.
So did you put that down under certifications? Because there is another category of certification.
No.
I don't know.
No, you haven't. And so that's certainly a place to update.
Yeah. Put that in there. All your education needs to go in there. That neurolinguistics, I can't hardly say it. That is phenomenal. I've had two clients who did that, education in that, and they were phenomenal to work with. I was actually a little bit intimidated working with them, because I kept thinking they're applying all of their training to me.
Well, if they hypnotized you, it seems like it's done a good job.
I'm still hypnotized. Okay, so this, so if you want to, I'm going to go into my profile now so that I can show you this. So whenever you see these little pens around, the little pencils, you can click on those to do editing. I'm sure you know about that. It's my experience. So if you go into your education, you can go in And the one that shows up in the top is the second one, the degree that you've got.
Yeah.
And then you can just edit that, just add a comma or just spaces, and then put BA or MBA,
Okay.
whatever. So that then when you save this, after you've made that change, so then when you go up and check the top of your profile, that will show up with the whatever, the BA or the MBA,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
This experience, this is my own organization, so my own company. Make sure that, and I noticed that you guys have been very thorough about doing that, adding a description and making some comments about each area that you've got in your experience. And it's really important to plump this out as in your education as well. What kinds of things did you study in your education? A lot of people don't understand, for instance, what neuro-linguistic programming is. So that would be really good way to help them understand more about what you do. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an area I could certainly add more. I didn't realize I could put that in there, so that's good to know.
So what about like volunteer activities, you know, being on boards and stuff like that? Is that important to put in here?
Here, where it says profile sections up here.
Yeah.
You click on that.
Okay.
Then you can scroll down and you can add an introduction. So you can put work experience, you can add more work experience, add more education, volunteer experience,
Okay, good, thank you.
accomplishments, additional information, supported languages. I just have English on mine. I
Okay.
speak a little bit of multiple languages, but basically just hello, how are you? I don't put them on there. So the key to making this all work is having that killer profile so that people, when they come to your profile, they go, wow, this is somebody I want to get to know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. As soon as you get active on LinkedIn, you have your group going and you're posting things on LinkedIn and you're interacting with people on LinkedIn on this big networking room, they're going to go check you out. They're going to check out your profile. And you can change things on your profile on a regular basis. You can update. So if you have, I change this quite often to just because the search engines like it. And I update my summary. I change things on my summary. I might even just change only one sentence. But the more stellar your profile is, the more people also viewed will show up. You'll have more quality people also viewed showing up on your profile. So you'll want to make you want quality people checking you out. And if they're checking out people like, if they're checking out my profile, they're also checking out Melinda McLeod. Whoa. Empowered Women, it's Dorothy Briggs there. It's really important to have that profile. So that's why I always go through the profile with you first to make sure that you've got that. Now, I want to open up the floor for each of you to help you individually now, because we've got, I want the last 30 minutes to just be working with you guys individually, answering your questions.
Perfect. What have you got, Dan?
You go ahead.
I have a list of to-dos. I don't know that I have a bunch of questions yet.
Okay.
Now,
so,
that being said, maybe we could use that time at a later time after we've applied some of this. I don't know.
sure, you know, we don't have to use up all of our time today. We
Yeah.
we can save it for a later date and get together again. I'm totally in
What are
favor.
your thoughts?
So a question for you right now, Christine. You had showed us back in the first time about how we can, if we're making a bunch of changes, we can have it so it's just sitting in a draft and then we publish it or make it available to other people. How do we do that? That's in settings, but what is it? What do I do?
Yeah, we've got to go to privacy and settings. And you want to see, okay, profile visibility. You want to turn this off.
Okay.
And oh, the easiest way to do that. Oh, let's just go back to LinkedIn. Go to my profile. So right up here, edit your public profile and URL. Click on that. And
You got that?
make sure this is turned off.
Okay, so how did you get into there? What did you click to get on this page initially? Would you just click on your own face, your own profile?
Yeah. So you go back to LinkedIn and you go into view your profile, or you
Okay,
click on your picture on the left here.
okay,
You click on your picture.
Yeah, click on your picture. I just click here.
okay, good.
Or you can click this little thing up here and get to the same place, but click on edit public profile and URL.
Okay, got it.
Now, when you click that off so that nobody else can see it, does it stay off, a week or two until you go in and turn it back on again?
That's right. It'll stay off forever if you just leave it off.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just turned mine on last night.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're making a whole bunch, but if you're only making 1 or 2 changes,
Yeah.
leave it on.
Okay,
Because you guys are to the point now where you're only going to be making 1 or 2 changes. That's okay. Leave it on.
Yeah.
Because what happens is if you add something to your experience or to your education, for instance, all the people you're connected to will see in their notifications, because they're connected to you and following you, they will see that you updated your information.
Okay.
Plus, changes on LinkedIn love it.
So I want another question for you. So if for us to set up a group, I think I missed something. How do we then invite the right people to our group?
Okay, so I'm going to go back into
start setting it.
groups again here.
So we need to choose a catchy name for it or something like that.
You can call it thinking outside the box. Thinking outside the box. I'm getting into my marketing enthusiasts here. Looks like my internet connection's acting up on me today. Can you hear me okay?
It's faltered a few times, but that's okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to close a few windows here just quickly. Okay. What was the question again? Once you get into your group?
So let's say we've set up our group, and all there is Carol and Carol. We've grouped and all this Carol and me there.
Okay. So there's just you and Carol. You set up your group. So what happened to my marketing enthusiasts? Don't tell me. Oh, there we are. Okay. So you get into your group. You want to invite members.
Okay.
Okay, so you go down here and you can select who you're going to invite to come and follow you in your group.
Okay. And let's say that you clicked on that Craig Elias and you just did one. Does it just send an automatic message to them, or do you create some craft message there?
No, you just invite them, and then so you send, once you've clicked on them to invite them.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Wendy Marks. I want her. Then you, at the bottom here,
Yeah.
you click on invite,
Right.
and so LinkedIn just sends an invitation to come and join your group.
Okay, so it's just a generic invitation.
That's correct. So I do that. Plus, I have also used Sprout Social, because you know how you get the URL from your group here.
Yeah.
Copy your link. Well, on Sprout Social, you can put your link, paste it in there, and okay, I'm going to copy the link here, and I've got Sprout Social open. I can set it, compose a message. And I can upload a picture. So the image I'm going to upload is going to be my headshot. Go. Paste, that's my group URL.
Yeah.
So now I can select, so we're on the 25th here. I can select, so we're in the morning, so I could select an afternoon date. So I can go in here and select 2 p.m. Oops, nothing else is scheduled to come out because everything's gone out already for today. And I want right on the 2 p.m. And so maybe I'll send it out again in April, and I'll do, yeah, these are all pre-scheduled things I've got going out. Well, we're on the 25th. Let's do the 25th. And we've got one going out for 8 o'clock, so let's do one for 10 o'clock. So I can change it to AM. So let's go out in May 25th. I'm going to invite them. And let's see, what were the times? 10 a.m. So let's do a 2 p.m. for this one. So I've just got these scheduled for once a month. But what you can do is you can schedule them for once a week and have an invitation like this scheduled to go out. So I'm just going to schedule this. Now that is going to invite other people because it's scheduled to go out to all of my other social media platforms because I've got them all connected to this. So I better make sure I've got them all hooked up here.
So when we set this group up and we invite 30 or 50 people or however many it is, and one person comes in there and there's just the two of us, are they eager to join a group like that? Or do you need there needs to be some sort of a critical mass before people will join, I would think, isn't there?
Well, here's what I did with Leslie. She had a group set up and there was only one member. Her. She was the only member. So I got busy and she's got a few thousand members in her network on LinkedIn. So I went in and I just started inviting people that were in her network. And overnight, we had 36 people sign up to follow her group.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
So it doesn't matter. You know, people are going to, and especially if they know you and they're connected to you already.
Yeah.
So you can go through. I just went through, and she said, okay, yeah, you can invite that one. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. No, not that one. That's kind of how we went through. So you can select who you want to invite.
Okay.
And can both, oh, sorry.
Sorry, Ken, what?
Can both Ann and I invite?
Sure, you've each got different people in your connections, right?
You just meant both of our profiles will allow us to invite.
Yeah, if you're a manager of the group or an owner of the group, you can both invite.
Good,
Okay.
thank you.
So, what was I going to say? Oh. My mind just goes, do you know, I have a workbook that I work through when I'm working with my clients to make sure that I don't miss anything. When people are connecting with you, either when they join your group or when they connect with you on LinkedIn, if you can possibly have the time, squeeze the time to send them a written response saying, thanks for joining my network. That's all you need to say if they're joining, or thanks for joining our group. And then you can ask them a question. What kinds of things are you looking for more information on? In your group, I'd say, what kinds of things are you looking for more information on? We can answer those questions that you have here in the group.
Okay.
Or that's the purpose of this group, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's, you need to be aware of that they're people. They're real people. They're not just entities online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check your messages daily. Go in there daily. Do you have a company page?
No.
Whoa. Okay, we need to have you set up a company page.
And we misunderstood that. We thought that we could only have one in Facebook, not in LinkedIn. So
Yeah, you can have a Facebook. Okay, it's a
no, but we've got Facebook, but we thought we could not have one in LinkedIn.
Yes, I understand. So there's different terminology for each one. Facebook, it's called a business page.
Mhm.
LinkedIn, it's called a company page.
Okay.
So you can go in and you can set up a company page. So let's get this. I don't want to lose my spot here in my workbook. Company page. Okay, so this is a company page that's already been set up. I think maybe I should go to mine. So people undervalue their company pages. I think I've got the wrong one here. So you've gone to my other one has I've got two pages and I don't know what happened to my picture on the back. So you go to, write this down, linkedin.com/company/. And that's where you go to set up your company page.
Okay.
And if you have any challenges, let me know. But it walks you through step by step so that you can set up your company page.
And you put kind of the same information that's on our personal one, or what?
Yeah, you can put the same, what you put on your company page on LinkedIn should be the same as your business page on Facebook.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that they match each other. And so then what you can do is you can copy this URL up here and put that on Sprout Social and invite people to follow your company page. So when you are posting in your group, you want to post your group with that same blog post. Actually, no, I've learned this. You need to alternate between your group and your company page. So when you post blog XYZ on your group, you want to post blog ABC on your company page. So you've got different things going on each page. And when you, so I'm going to upload my cover image again. I don't know what happened to it. It's disappeared. It's driving me nuts. Now there's certain dimensions that you have to have for your company page. I think I was able to use my same header that I used on my personal profile and put that onto my company page as well. So I also have a membership with Dreams Time so that I don't have to worry about copyright issues with any of my stuff, anything that I post.
And if we set up a company page, can both Carol and I access that and manage it?
Yes, you set up managers on your company page.
Okay.
So you can both be on there. Oh, not in that file. I'll have to do it later. So, yeah, you can put a tagline up here for your company page. And, oh, they've changed the things. That's why they've done that. They've changed everything here. So what we need to be aware of is that you can do the same thing with your Facebook business page. So there are what you post on LinkedIn, on your company page on LinkedIn, could also be posted on your business page on Facebook.
Right.
Just to make sure that you catch people who are not connected to you on LinkedIn. So on your business page on Facebook, you could have a post on there to invite people to come and follow your company page on LinkedIn. On your company page on LinkedIn, you can have a post on there that invites people to like your business page on Facebook.
Can you also invite them to join your group in LinkedIn?
That's correct. So you would also want to have a post in your company page on LinkedIn to come join your group on LinkedIn.
Okay.
You also want to have a post on your business page on Facebook to come and join your group on LinkedIn.
Okay.
You can also set up a group on Facebook. And that can look the same as your group on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Are there any more questions? You'll probably have questions once you start setting up your company page.
Absolutely.
I think that's about it for now.
Yeah,
My mind's full.
yeah, I'm full for now too, but thank you. If we have challenges, we'll send you a note.
So Christine, I understand. I mean, it takes a lot of time to set these up, but once they're set up, and I'm not going to ask about you because I mean this is your specialty, but somebody else who's in business, how much time do they actually spend on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
Well, you
In a
should be
day.
able to keep on top of everything on 15 to 30 minutes once or twice a day. Once you get everything all set up. It took me a couple of months to really get everything all set up that I wanted to. And when I first started, because I had clients right out of the gate practically, because my son, who's the lead programmer at Amazon, had clients that he was building a business on the side and had a program linked in to LinkedIn. They had algorithms that connected, and so I was able to send direct messages. At that time, when I started, we could send 300 to 400 free emails a day to every client. So I was helping him. His clients were paying me $1,000 a month to do that. So I was the exception to the rule. But by the time I started getting clients of my own, I started getting clients. It took me about 3 months to start getting clients of my own, steady clients of my own through LinkedIn.
So it takes some persistence and
Yes.
faith.
You have to be on it every day. I try to do a no electronics day on Sunday because I'm on it so much. But every other day of the week, 6 days a week for sure, I'm on all my social media, all my platforms. And one great thing about Sprout Social is that you can actually respond to on your LinkedIn and your Facebook and your Twitter right there on Sprout Social.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm sure we'll have more questions as time goes by. Thank you for working with us and for supporting us in this way.
Yeah.
Well, you're sure welcome. Now, if something happens that you're really having a hard time understanding something, and we need to
Okay.
pop on and do a short 30-minute session with on Zoom, that's okay. We can do that.
Well,
Okay.
thank you. We
Thank
sure
you.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. I'm here to help
Yeah.
any way I possibly can. Don't be strangers.
Okay, well, and I will definitely see you this next month at in Stony Plain at the Womanition thing. That date works for me this time. So if you're going to be there, I'll see you then.
Awesome. I was looking for you this month. I was looking for you.
Yeah, I joined in January and I had commitments for the February and March dates already before I joined up. So, you'd work around what you do.
Yeah, that's right. All you can do is all you can do. When my husband had his accident, I had to pull right back from doing as much real face-to-face networking, and I was just doing it online. So I can totally realize.
Yeah, well, and now that I know when their dates are, I can hold those dates. But when I joined up, I was booked, so that's okay too.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll
Thank
see
you.
you in a little bit. Have a great day.
You too. Make it so.
You betcha. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.